You can take the cue from the timer, and then when it ends, you can go ahead and serve as host for your own session and field questions. Okay, so I'm gonna start the timer and take it away.
All right, guys. If you have a QR reader on any of your smart devices, please feel free to get that ready. You're not going to use it quite yet, but you will use it in a moment.
Hi, folks. This is Ed. I'm the bald one. Um, I'd like to just say that when we knew we were going to go last, we wanted to do something a little bit different. So please bear with us as we go through this kind of storytelling fashion. So good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the one and the only Dr. Curtis Ho's etec Theater, located in the heart of beautiful downtown cyberspace. Tonight, we are honored to have our special guests from Starfire Resorts, Hawaii, Diamond Head College Instructional Design, and the rock stars from Endgame Designs. And you guys are in for a rare and special treat tonight because, backed by popular demand, we'll be telling instructional design bedtime stories and bedtime stories for Addie. So hang on to your hats, boys and girls, and this is the first exciting story. Dana, the other slide is first, the next one. I'm going to come back. One more. Sorry, wrong order. So, once upon a time in the year of His Immortal Majesty 2012, the fourth year of the reign of the Dragon Emperor, these are troubled times for the Jade Empire. A massive influx of Mandarin visitors is flooding the western paradise, Hawaii. Starfire Province is situated on the western border. Unable to understand or talk to the Mandarin horde that threatens to inundate their city, they cannot show their guests the legendary Starfire hospitality and world-famous service. Emperor Obrama has commissioned his mightiest warrior regent to depart on a perilous envoy westward to once again restore peace and harmony in the Middle Kingdom. But the warrior must first make a pilgrimage to the sacred oracle, the Furious Five, who from ancient times has shown warriors the one true path to victory. A thorough needs and assessment, systematic data analysis, and thoughtfully implemented instruction. With these magical talismans, the warrior stands ready to confront the Mandarin horde and, if need be, deploy the dreaded Kirkpatrick Level 4 technique. This is the epic saga of Crouching Starfire and Hidden Mandarin.
You, Diamond Head College, are the warrior who can lead the revolution and turn Starfire Resorts into a blossoming Mandarin mecca. To conduct a thorough needs analysis, you must follow your recommendations guide as provided to you by your endgame gurus. Your first task is to know your client. You must forge a strong and meaningful relationship with open dialogue, develop an understanding of their wants, their needs, their expectations, and most importantly, their vision. Your job is to listen, to understand, to build upon what you have. Know the strengths, weaknesses, and infrastructure that is your client. Only when you have a clear picture of who your client is can you move forward.
All right, guys. Now that you have your QR readers ready, you can scan that code on your screen right now. That is a sample of a survey for Mandarin-speaking guests that you can use or you can base your surveys on. You got to get those surveys out. That is, for us, one of the easiest ways to start collecting data. All right. Next, you need to make sure that you know your end user. Talk to your subject matter experts. They live for that. That's what they're there for. That's why you're paying them all that money. They are your inside traders. They can help you with issues like room location. Now, if you're from China, do you want to stay on the fourth floor? No. Do you want your bed lined up with the door? No. Never. Even in Japan, you got to know those things. You got to make the visitor feel at home. You got to know the demographics, and they can help you. Subject matter experts will help you with the demographics of all the people in your hotels, as well as your people from China and Asia. They're going to help you with what kind of communication is expected, what kind of amenities and services are expected of your hotel.
Okay, once you understand your client and your subject matter, you must dive into understanding your learner. If you can't identify the chinks in the armor that may prevent your learners from adopting your training, then no matter how well you understand your client and the subject matter, you will not be able to close the learning gaps. A one-size-fits-all approach may not work, as some employees may not be comfortable with technology, while others may not know what a book is. The data collection from surveys, focus groups, and observations, as recommended in our needs analysis, will guide you down the correct path to learning your learner. Your task is to identify not only the best methods for delivery, the learning styles, and incentives that will motivate the Starfire troops, but also those who can serve as change agents and lead the language revolution.
Guys, and it was the invincible Chinese general Sun Tzu who said, if you know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. Data collection and analysis allows us to understand ourselves. We can take stock of our strengths, weakness, and environmental factors. Then we analyze the problem or the competition, looking at strengths, weaknesses, and opportunities. When we examine these side by side, they suggest strategies and logical plans of attack. For Starfire Resorts, we are looking for the particular learning styles and strengths of the hotel staff and which demographic factors identify them as potential leaders and good early adopter change agents to help us roll out the training to the staff at large. From the results of the survey, we invited employees identified as change agents to focus group, where we could learn more about them and also pilot test our materials and training regimen. Other key data that we focused on were what particular behaviors and factors were most important to the end users, the Chinese guests. Also, what would best motivate and challenge the Starfire staff to work together to learn and practice the material in order to make the training a part of the corporate culture as quickly and naturally as possible? Should we use incentives, prizes, teams? What role would technology play versus classroom instruction? What would be the most time-efficient yet effective way for the staff to absorb the lessons without interfering with their busy work schedules? These are some of the crucial puzzle pieces revealed by the data analysis.
All right, and just to summarize, happy holidays. We don't have our... Oh, there we go. All right, so to summarize, we need to make sure that we all understand our approach. Okay, the needs analysis and your training needs to benefit all the parties involved, not just management, not just workers, and not just your clients or your guests. Your training needs to meet all of your learning objectives as developed by you and Starfire Hotels. It needs to match the learner capabilities, predispositions, and parameters. And someone just sent me an email. All right. You need to account for environmental constraints, your staff abilities, and all the staff and trainers' learning styles. Okay? Training needs to be best suited to the client. And for us, in this case, that client is the Starfire Hotels front-end staff. You need to identify those change agents, the early adopters. They're going to help create that culture of change and a culture of movement throughout the ranks of your hotel. Follow that logical training regimen. Whatever you guys decide that's going to be. Because our job is just to create the needs assessment. You need to decide what that training regimen is going to be and how it's going to fit the employee work schedules and the needs of all the Starfire properties and departments. And make sure you allow those guys, those frontline guys, to learn independently. They're more than capable of doing that. Use that to your advantage. All right, guys. Thanks for listening. Anybody have any questions?
Yes, Leon, please.
Very, very creative presentation. Hey, I had a question about so your Google survey. I noticed it was translated into Mandarin or into Chinese. Did you just do that through Google Translate and copy and paste into it, or how did you do that?
Yeah, our subject matter expert, Google, helped us with that, and he took care of that for us. Yeah, Google.com.
Any other questions? Kelly, go for it.
Not necessarily a question for only you guys. I guess this could be a question for anybody, really. I was wondering if anybody did any research on how tech savvy the Chinese people are, like as a